Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at this new tangle called Neb from Lauri Shaw. This is a neat one. It reminds me of Icanthus. And I know I have a video on that. If you've done that one, this will seem a little bit familiar, but different at the same time. This one, we're going to start off with, I'm going to start off with 5 C's because that's what Lauri starts off with. I am going to guess that you could do as many as you want. And let's see, I'm just going to spread them out. I'm going to kind of go center-ish here. Why are we acting up all of a sudden? Pen. Wow, that's weird. Hold on a second. Oh, I know why. Because it's gray. Oh my goodness, I think I'm going to have to mark those. All right, let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So C shapes. Mine look more like U's, but that's okay. All right, then next step. And this is this. Well, actually, both of these steps. And the C shapes were a little bit different on the Icanthus, but this next step is similar. And before I do it, know that you have a choice. You can make the connector lines smooth, or you can make them, I like how she said lumpy. I said, so lumpy or caffeine induced, whichever way you want to think about it. I'm going to try to do them. I'm going to try to do a mixture. There we go. All right. So then what we're going to do is from the end of this C shape, just going to, connect it, but have it go however you want, really. And we're just connecting them. Actually, I should have some kind of going onto the inside there. Like so. And my friends that are always talking about, oh, my shaky hands, this one is for you, right? It's great, and for those of us that are always worried about doing things perfect. Although this has enough randomness, I'm getting used to the randomness, but usually this would make me kind of go, okay, let me just take a deep breath and just go. And for my friends that feel that way, it through Zentangle practice, that part gets a little bit better. All right, then once we have connected all of those C shapes, we're going to draw some more. And what I would recommend, if you can remember where yours are, now mine have a little bit of bumps in, so I can kind of see. I'm going to put them in between. So like here was 2, so I'm going to put one there. I'm going to put this here 2. These ones are obvious because I went over them twice. And you can pull it, out a little bit. It just depends. And then we're going to connect those down to here. So I'm thinking wherever you want. And, and what's fun is when you get used to doing this, and again, some people it's, or yes, I love these kind. And then, like I said, some of us are just like, okay, I'll do my best. But after a while, it gets kind of fun. Oops, and I have finished already. All right, then guess what? Same thing. So this one, and then so we can, put it in between the 2 that we just did. And we'll add another layer. And then, yeah, kind of same thing. We're just, connecting it back to, basically wherever you want to connect it to. And what I do recommend is taking a look at the For More Inspiration link in the description section, because there I will have a link to Tangle Patterns, which is where I found this. I think this was, this might have been, I think this was today's Tangle. And if you have not, I'll give Linda Farmer at tanglepatterns.com a little plug. Um, it's really one of the largest repositories for tangles, and she does a good job at policing, just to make sure that they're tangles and not how to draw a cat or something like that. And that's nice. So sign up for her newsletter, and she also has a nice. You'll see it on the site. A booklet that really contains the thumbnail little pictures that she puts. And also, I'm deciding if I'm going to go. Oh, let's go another round while I'm talking here. And then I'm going to do the same thing where I'm just going to putting them in between here. You can do as many layers as you want. And actually, I'm going to dare say you don't necessarily have to go all the way around. So like I'm kind of coming close here to this side, so I'm not going to do one there. But do take a look at that. Again, highly recommend subscribing to Linda's Tangle Patterns, and then take a look at the guide. I think she calls it the Tangle Patterns Guide, and every year she puts it out with all of the tangles that are on the site, and it's nice to have something that you can flip through. Isn't that cool though? And talking about the tangle, the other is cool too. Now we'll do a little bit of shading. Before we do some shading, just a thought, because it was nicely put on the Tangle Pattern site that this could be both a tangle and a reticula. And a reticula is essentially a structure whereby you can put other tangles in. So if you decided to do this large, or actually even this size, you can put little tangles in. And when it becomes something that you put other tangles in, that's what we just call that a reticula. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just do some shading. Let's pop these layers. At least this top layer is what I'm thinking. So I'm going to go around this top layer with some graphite. Oh, and while I I didn't go all the way around. While I finish this, I will finish my other thought, which was about the Tangle Pattern site. So I do highly recommend taking a look at it. And yeah, the little book I was mentioning, I think it's around $15. But she does ask for if you want to donate, be a supporter of the site, and you can get that her little guide, which is it's not little, her guide, which is just it's really nice to be able to flip through, because I know a lot of times we're talking about do you have a tangle in your head and you just can't think what the name of it is because they all have these interesting names. Look at how that just pops that right off of the page like that. I am enamored with shading. All right, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some graphite on maybe all of these other ones. We'll just see, and we'll watch how this pops. But anyway, Tangle Patterns is a great place to support. But do take a look, because part of the reason I like to make sure to share that information is it's nice to see the tangle from the originator's hand, and then also she's got some samples on there just to give you some other ideas on how you might use it. But these are always fun where you can, well, you know what, and you don't even have to add tangles in there. If you wanted to add some texture, because I know one of the samples, she had just some of the areas filled in. So you could, fill it in with black. Heck, you could even fill it in with the graphite. A little of both, or just with colors even. And that would be really, really neat. And we'll see. I think I'm gonna make a big mess of graphite here, but we'll see how it turns out. All right, now the trick with what I'm trying to do is, if I can just remember, and I think I can, the order in which I did these, and adding the graphite, or spreading out the graphite in that order, so that way we'll be able to see those layers. And I'm just spreading the graphite out just a little bit. And it had to be This one, yeah, was next because I didn't draw over anything. That's always a clue. Oh, and I did put some graphite right there, but I have enough on the tortillon. I have probably enough on the tortillon that I probably didn't need to put half of this graphite down. All right, I think I got all of those, and then let's do this last bit. I'm look. Wow, I'm looking back at the screen here because I say it looks cool in person, but there's something neat about when you look at it on the screen. And that's something too. We talk about that a lot of times on our Tangle time when we're not happy with something or trying to figure something out. And my mom, who is Cherie, who is usually on the calls. Hi, Mom, because I know you're watching. I know sometimes she just has it on mute. Maybe has the she just I think yeah. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, sometimes she has the volume down. So hi, Mom. But we talked about when she was in art school that a lot of times you would go and stand in front of a mirror with your work, so that way you could see it from a different perspective. When we see things in our cameras, so just take a picture of it, or do that. Stand in front of a mirror with your work, and that way you get a little perspective. Sometimes I have to just not look at it for a little bit, come back, and then I look at, wow, how amazing is that? Um, and how amazing is that with that shading in there? And what a neat tangle! And then you can just have explore your creativity with this one. So it's nice again for those of us that what do I oh lack spontaneous creativity. I came up with that term a while ago, and where we can practice it safely. It's like this is just a really great one to be able to do that. So, um, how fun! How fun! Thanks, Laura, for inventing this one. Uh, so, if you enjoyed the video, would love to have a thumbs up, like, share, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet and like this enough to see more, I would love to have you as a subscriber. Of course, subscribing to the channel is free. In the description section below the step outs are ways to connect with me. You can also go to the channel itself, and there's some links on there as well, to like my Pinterest and Instagram and stuff like that. So if you'd like to connect, I would love to connect with you. And if you are looking for online classes, or I like to call them sessions, I would love to have you join us on a Thursday, and where I take a tangle or two, and we try to keep it to an hour. Sometimes I chit chat afterwards for a little bit, but try to keep it within an hour, and we just explore whatever tangle that I pick for that day, and we have a lot of fun. So I would love to have you join us. Information, of course, is on the site, or you can always contact me through there. So with that, thanks again so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.